And racing, Dirty Minds gets away fairly well. Opalescent is the best out wide. Missy Sloy and Dirty Minds give chase to that. They'd be followed then by Tofano driving through on the inside of Chokdi. Karen out wider on the track to Hunted. Further back in the race as they come to the corner as Homebush Feline and Seconds Good is back last. Swinging the corner. Out very wide on the track is Dirty Minds. Coming underneath it is Tofano. Tofano beats Dirty Minds and Opalescent. Then Missy Sloy fourth. They'd be followed across by Chokdi Karen. They'd be followed back then by Homebush Feline, and Hunted was well back with that, and Seconds Good. And racing, Patrick Starr hops out well. Bitcoin on the journey quickly with him with the Come on Mickey. They'll be followed through on the inside by Maddie Brandon, Madam Ice and Magic Tobin, three wide around that, and gaps back the other two. And they are She's a Humdinger and No P. Up to the corner, Bitcoin the inside, the outside Patrick Starr. Bitcoin comes underneath. Come on Mickey comes between the pair. Bitcoin home from Come on Mickey. Patrick Starr third, Madam Ice fourth to go by. They'd be followed back in the field then by Maddie Brand. Then Magic Tobin, Never a Winning Hope, She's a Humdinger and No P. And they race, and getting out well was She's Top Notch, is followed through by Ranger Chick, and Shiny Up Some gets into its work early. Then we've got on the inside All for One, followed well back in the field then by Smirnoff making ground the rail. Togarero's got well back as they swing up towards the corner, and Nominal Lily's back with them. She's Top Notch in front. Shiny Up Some chases hard. She's Top Notch holds Shiny Up Some. All for One, another minor placing, followed across by Smirnoff fourth. Gap back the others, Tongariro headed them in with Nominal Lily go max. I don't think I had a head on the call, and Ranger Chick dropped out to last. And racing, No More Laughter, a fair break. Big Time Chip gets into its work early, so does Prancing Bee, and Coyote Torches right there into the first bend too. Who gets there first? Big Time Chip does by a couple of lengths. No More Laughter goes after it quickly. They'll be followed through by Greavy Leo sneaking through. Behind those runners as they head down the back then, we've got Prancing Bee has got back with the Croissant running past that. Back behind these runners then we've got Big Sharky, Backyard Queen's well off them as they swing up towards the corner. No More Laughter is in front, is paddling somewhat, and Croissant's coming right over the top. Croissant from No More Laughter, tight third, maybe Groovy Leo from Big Time Chip. Behind them we had Backyard Queen. Beside that was Big Sharky, Coyote Torture, who got knocked over at the first bend, and Prancing Bees dropped out to be last. And racing Distasteful, a fair break the inside. Westerly Wind gets out fast and runs across on Vinnie Doon and trying to burn them off as Duchess Queen into the first bend. Distasteful drives right through on the inside and King Selection gets around the outside. Westerly Wind's got back now with Charming Chuck, and Homebush Marlow is last. Down the back they go. Distasteful drives underneath the Duchess Queen. 3 lengths away then to King Selection. Harlem Harker the inside of that. Charming Chuck starting to run on. Gaps back the others. Vinnie Doon being passed by Westerly Wind and Homebush Marlow on the turn. Distasteful well clear here, out by 6 or 7 from Duchess Queen. Distasteful easily from Duchess Queen. Charming Chuck a good run for third. They'd be followed across by Harlem Harker, Westerly Wind. Homebush Marlow doing its best work very late. King Selection got tired and Vinnie Doon is last. And they race. Armistice Day hops out quite nicely. Centre track here, Smile for Daddy gets into its work early, and so too does Gucci Rush. Then pushing through on the inside as they race around this first bend would have been Armistice Day. They'd be followed back then in the midfield. Driving through is All About Amy to get into a nice spot. Opie Bossman back behind that. They'd be followed back in the field by Time for What. And the last two are No Chance, and that's Dole Parts and My Little Lucifer. Off the top they come. And Smile for Daddy still in front and out by 3 lengths. Trying to chase hard here is Armistice Day. In behind them then to All About Amy. But down the line, good performance here. Smile for Daddy throughout. Does it well from Armistice Day. They'll be followed over then by All About Amy, and Gucci Rush was the next one over. They'll be followed back behind those runners then by Opie Bossman. Further back in the race then, Time for What, Dole Parts and My Little Lucifer. And no racing, Jumpin' Sally, a fair break the inside as Your Dreams gets out well. Over on the outside to Red Hot Dutch going forward. Trying to squeeze between runners would have been Go With It, gets to third. Jumpin' Sally back behind them. The others in another race with Knocker Sloy, Mighty Monica, and well back the corner, Homebush Diamonds, Zamata Slash. Up they come as Your Dreams scampers clear of Go With It. As Your Dreams Go With It, the inside Jumpin' Sally narrowly third from Red Hot Dutch. Gap back the rest, headed in by Knocker Sloy, Zamata Slash, and behind them we had Mighty Monica and Homebush Diamond. There now, and racing, Big Time Dasher away fairly, but Some Jeans turns it on from the outside, but can they get across because pushing up is Nose White to lead. Nose White to the lead from Big Time Dasher. They'll be followed then sneaking through on the inside by I'm a Catch to get right into the race. In fact, drives through on the inside of the leader. Back and behind these runners as they swing down the back, You Know Charm. Some Jeans has got back past the midfield. Mr. Darcy's running past that, and they'll be followed further back by Pandemonium Pause and Judge to Excel. Up to the corner they come. I'm a Catch is pushed right through on the inside. Over on the outside of it is No White is still giving, and coming late is You Know Charm. Down the line, I'm a Catch has got there. It's caught it narrowly. Just beside it, Nose White second, and You Know Charm home in third spot. They'll be followed then by Mr. Darcy, might have got up for fourth. Behind those runners then we had Big Time Dasher, Some Jeans, Pandemonium Pause, Judge to Excel. And racing, Miss Jolt gets away fairly well the inside. Breakthrough gets on the journey quickly too, with Jager in between runners and Calamity Sue. They'll be followed then pushing through on the inside by Homebush Envy. Gets a saloon passage into the race. Kiribati Girl is well back as they swing the corner. So is Billy Brand. Up to the corner comes Miss Jolt, is under attack though. Over on the outside is Breakthrough, and through along the inside Homebush Envy. Breakthrough has done just that from Homebush Envy. Miss Jolt. Kiribati Girl got to fourth, then Billy Brand. Jager further back in the field with Calamity Sue. And last in was Corborn Anna. And racing, Paddy Baxter steps out fairly well the inside. Cognac Diamond coming across along with Dipsy La La, and out wider on the track to Sarah Campbell round the first bend, and Paddy Baxter's led them there by a length and a quarter. Diving through on the inside, Dipsy La La, and up beside that there to Cognac Diamond. Driving through on the inside here to Buster Boy getting into the race. They'll be followed 3 lengths back in the field by Sarah Campbell. The others are a good way from them. Headed by Derby Lane. Miss Sarah is well back as they swing up towards the corner with O'Power Ann. Into the straight comes Paddy Baxter. It's a one-dog affair. Battle on for the miners here. Derby Lane diving through between runners to grab second narrowly over Dipsy La La, and Buster Boy was close up but dying on the run. Cognac Diamond back behind them. Further back to Sarah Campbell and O'Power Ann. And racing, Miss McFly stride slow. Rebel Joe leads. Miss McFly goes after it. Then we've got Homebush Lestat up and around the outside. Then too High Caliber getting handy. John Dory trying to follow it around. They'll be followed back then by Homebush, Annabelle, Sydenham Sam, and John Dory back towards the tail now as they swing into line. It is Rebel Joe. High Caliber lunging at it. Can't. Rebel Joe, High Caliber. John Dory flashed into third, a great run. Then Miss McFly. They'd be followed across by Homebush Lestat, Homebush Annabelle, and the last couple were Sedgebrook Lad and Sydenham Sam. Racing, Mighty Baxter a fair break with No Romeo. Sydenham Opal gets into the work early. Now No Romeo drives underneath Sydenham Opal. Mighty Baxter driving through. Round the outside comes Under Milkwood. They'll be followed back by Groovy Shane. Smart Cookie back behind these runners as they come up towards the corner, and well back here are Power Jen and Random Act. It's Mighty Baxter the inside driving, and scores from Sydenham Opal. I think Under Milkwood got to third from No Romeo, who just peaked the last little bit. Back and behind these runners then we had Groovy Shane, O'Power Jen well back when they crossed. And towards the tail of the field then we would have had Random Act and O'Power Jen. And racing Cold Turkey, a fair sort of a break, but through on the inside, Jalokia and Calmbrook. They go hard early and trying to hit them off as Homebush Limbo and does. Getting up and around the outside too, Mark Mektan getting into the party with Opawa Gift. Cold Turkey's got back now with Blair 90. And back behind them too, we've got Monkey Queen and Calmbrook into the straight they come. Homebush Limbo driving clear of Mektan. Homebush Limbo, Mektan. I think Jalokia narrowly third with Opawa Gift out wide in a photo. Behind those runners then, Cold Turkey, Blair 90. Further back, Monkey Queen and Calmbrook. And racing, Actual Lily is a wee bit slow. Show 'em Baby driving forward over on the outside to try and reach the lead here. Zip It Sweetie's trying to hold up on the inside. Exact Master drives underneath that though. Round the outside then to Sedgebrook Glory. They'll be followed then as they swing the corner by Petra Haka. Up they come. In front is Show 'em Baby out wide. Exact Master the inside. Show 'em Baby I think from Exact Master. Very tight thereafter. Sedgebrook Glory, Zip It Sweetie and Alamein Gus third, fourth and fifth. And they'd be followed back and behind those runners then by Sydenham Bubbles, who was well back with Petra Harker, and the other runner was Actual Lily. And racing, Corborn Banksy away fairly well the inside. Blue Rush goes with it early though, and Working White Cutter gets into the party too. Up and around the outside comes Spot On Maggie. They'll be followed back in the race by Here He Is and Homebush Julie, Draco Baxter and Randy outside as they swing up towards the corner. Corborn Banksy's in front by 2 or 3 lengths on Blue Rush, giving chase and Working White Cutter and Spot On Maggie. Corborn Banksy scores from Working White Cutter. I think Spot On Maggie just third ahead of Blue Rush, followed in behind those runners then by Here He Is. Draco Baxter was well back when they crossed. With Randy outside, Homebush Judy might have beaten 1 or 2 of those in. And racing, Homebush Cruden about midfield here. Where's Rakan goes hard early with Genia Haka beside that. They'd be followed through by Reba Lauder. Getting past that as Reba Lauder goes back would have been Supreme Shalene, which has gathered up the leaders fairly quickly. They'd be followed back in the piece by Homebush Cruden, starting to get into it now. Further back then we've got Ashin Patel and also Calm Reader. Down they come. Head up, head down. Here go Where's Rakan just from Homebush Cruden, the inside and the outside Genia Haka. 3-way go to determine it. First 4 might have been made up by Ashin Patel, followed back by Supreme Shalene. What a finish. They'd be followed back and behind those runners then by Reba Lauder, Prefontaine back towards the tail.